What's up, everyone? It's Colin here on day 29 of my 30-day challenge. I can't believe I only have 1 day left. Yes, 1 day of this excruciating anxiety. And I know you guys have missed my apartment the last few days, and I decided to just do it outside. It's very nice. So maybe I'll bring the ceiling fan back tomorrow. So today has been like a really pinnacle day of this whole thing. So I mentioned before that the catalyst of all this was a breakup that I went through, and maybe I will tell you the story in the next day or two about all that. It's a pretty good one. But for right now, so I actually met up with my ex-girlfriend this morning for the first time in 2.5 months. Has it been that long? Almost 3 months. For the first time I've seen her. It was kind of nuts. But it was actually fantastic. I mean, through doing this challenge, I've just gained a whole lot of confidence and respect and just and I really just came in appreciating who she's been in my life and the catalyst that she's been, and just really like more curious about her journey that she's been through, and not so I'm no longer like interested in getting validation from this whole thing. I'm much more just like looking at her as a friend, and it was actually I have a lot to attest to this, like maturing through this process to be able to go into that, and it was great. We talked about actually this challenge, and she's great because she just says things how they are, how she sees them, and she brought up a couple points of feedback, which was an issue that is actually somebody else has addressed, which is the whole attractiveness thing. Like am I just going out and talking to only girls because of their physical attributes? And on the one hand, I'm not trying to advocate that I only there's a lot of layers to people that are important, and like that it's not like people shouldn't just be valued on their physical appearance. Like I don't believe in that at all. I think that people are I respect anyone despite how they look, and at the same time there's also a certain style that people have that I am attracted to, and at the same time it's also about the growth, and the people I happen to be attracted to also scare the crap out of me, so it makes for a great development standpoint. And it's more than just physical characteristics for me. It's it's a lot of style. It's how they dress, what they're doing, how they carry themselves. And a lot of times after introducing myself and finding out, I will know whether or not that they're actually somebody that I want to hang out with. I've done this before where I talk to somebody and it turns out that they're just not really, I don't know, I just didn't really vibe with them. So, and like yesterday was a great example of actually just having fun with this. And I was in a store and I saw two girls who just looked fun. They weren't necessarily my type. I wouldn't really probably date them off first glance necessarily, but they just looked fun. So I went up and talked to them, and it turned out they were both from England, and they were from London, and they had these London accents, and I thought it was great. I was trying to do the accent to them, and they were making fun of me about it, and we just had like a lot of fun. And I never would have met them had I not just been open to like meeting new people, and I thought they were pretty cute, so I went and talked to them. They just weren't really my thing. But anyway, the point is of like getting out there and actually having conversations with people, and like getting over that fear. And so there's another example, which yesterday I got over the fear of. I actually talked to a girl who was with her mom. That was a little crazy. And I also talked to another girl who was wheeling a baby. What was I thinking? What am I doing? So, but it turns out it wasn't hers actually. She was with a friend, and it was the friend's baby. And she politely declined on my my offer. But so hey, I mean, you never know. And so last point I want to touch on is that I've actually got a text recently from somebody who I told them my full name. We've been texting for like a week, and I told them my full name, and then they were very surprised to see all this. And I don't think she didn't say anything mean, but she just didn't sound thrilled that I didn't tell her in text. So that was kind of a wake-up call of like, oh geez, like maybe some people aren't as thrilled as this. I don't know. I don't really want to make anyone feel bad. I think she was just caught off guard and she definitely does not sound like she wants to hang out with me. So that is some like collateral damage of aside from doing this, is that maybe I missed a connection that I could have had. And at the same time, I also talked to somebody today, and this was the first time that she got my last name, and I was like, well, if you're getting my last name, I might as well just be upfront and tell you about this thing I'm doing. So I told her the whole story, and she was actually really fascinated with it, and she thought it was really cool, and she said, like, verbatim, that I think it's really attractive when guys are just, like, confident and just come up to you and say those things. And you know, she said, I might even like just totally reject him, but I still like it when guys do that, and I think more guys need to do that. So despite getting totally rejected from what it sounds like is a lot of people do appreciate this, and if you want to do this yourself, then I totally encourage it. It has just been insane. It's really sucky a lot of the time, but maybe you can learn some stuff from me that didn't, so it doesn't suck so much for you. And anyway, so I'll keep you tuned, and tomorrow's the last day. I am so stoked that you've been all a part of this journey with me, and I will talk to you then.